If you didn't know already, this year I had my very first little baby. Now this isn't something that I usually talk about on YouTube. I have mentioned it on Instagram, but I've really kept it off my YouTube channel, apart from a recent video which was 4 months into maternity leave, when I was looking to start maternity. I was looking for a video online which was kind of like this. I had no idea what to expect in terms of maternity pay, how it worked, how I apply for it. In this video we're going to discuss how much I earn on maternity and how you can also apply for maternity if you're thinking about going on maternity leave pretty soon. Just want to add a little disclaimer. I am speaking from personal experience. It may differ from wherever you are within the UK, or if you do not live in the UK. I personally live in the UK, so I can only speak of what I've personally experienced while taking maternity leave. It also differs on your circumstances. I am currently a PAYE. I am employed full-time and my company sorts out all my taxes. If you're self-employed, it may differ a little bit slighter, but I'll go about that in the video. Before we discuss my personal experience, I will make sure that there's a link in the description below to the UK government website, and this will give you all relevant and up-to-date information. Now, you are currently able to take off up to 52 weeks. Or legally, you are supposed to take 2 weeks off just after your baby is born, and that can differ up to 4 weeks if you work in a factory or something like that. Although you are entitled to take up to 52 weeks, you are only entitled to be paid for 39 weeks of those 52 weeks. This is the same for statutory maternity pay and maternity allowance. I will discuss the difference between the both later on in this video. So currently, as far as I'm aware, there are two versions of maternity pay. One of them is called statutory maternity pay and the other one is called maternity allowance. Statutory maternity pay, you are paid by your employer. So if you work for a company, then they will pay you statutory maternity pay. And then maternity allowance is paid to you by the UK government. Statutory maternity pay, like I said, you are entitled up to 39 weeks and you can get 90% of your average weekly earnings before tax for the first 6 weeks. And that's up to £156.66 or 90% of your weekly earnings, whichever's lower. And that's paid to you for the next 33 weeks. So statutory maternity pay is paid to you the same way your wages is paid into. So if you get paid monthly, then it'll be given to you monthly, just like your normal pay date, and the taxes will be deducted from that as well. If you are being paid statutory maternity pay, then there is nothing that you need to do other than inform your employer that you are currently pregnant and when you're likely to take maternity leave. So as soon as your maternity leave is triggered, pay slips will then be adjusted to suit what maternity pay you will receive. Next up is maternity allowance. Now, maternity allowance is paid to you by the UK government, so it doesn't come from your employer. You're also entitled to this if you are self-employed. Now, personally, I don't really have experience with being self-employed or what you have to do in order to apply for this being self-employed. I'm pretty sure it's the same as the way I applied for this, but I will just leave a graphic up on the screen of what you're currently entitled to if you're self-employed. If you're not self-employed and you currently don't qualify for statutory maternity pay, then you are entitled to maternity allowance. Maternity allowance is pretty much the same as statutory maternity pay. You don't receive the 90% in the first 6 weeks. As soon as your maternity pay is triggered, you will receive the £156 per week. So which one do you qualify for? Well, your employer will let you know whether you qualify for statutory maternity pay or whether you qualify for maternity allowance. In order to receive statutory maternity pay, you need to be on the payroll in the qualifying week, and that's the 15th week expected before childbirth. So this is calculated and based on your due date, and your employer will work out these dates for you. If you don't qualify, you will be given notice in writing of the reasons why you don't qualify, and then you will be supplied an SMP1 form as proof as you don't qualify. This is all worked out after you've given your employer notice that you are pregnant. And in order to do this, you need to produce a MAT-B1 form, and that's given to you by your doctor or your midwife. This is classed as proof of pregnancy and proof of when you're expected to give birth. So I personally didn't qualify for statutory maternity pay, so I had to apply for maternity allowance. The reason why I didn't qualify was because I moved jobs just about as I found out I was pregnant. So I was not on my current employer's payroll to qualify for statutory maternity pay. Applying for maternity allowance is a tedious task. I do suggest literally sitting down and putting some time aside with your partner or with whoever is really good at filling out forms. Maybe that's you, not me personally. Sit down, set some time aside and really dedicate some time to filling out this form. This form is about 23 pages long and unfortunately is not an online form. You do have to download the form, fill it in on your computer, that's where I did, and then printed it. Or if you don't have a printer, then you can request a form to be sent to you within the post. What you need to apply for maternity allowance: you're going to need your MAT B1 form from your midwife or your doctor. You're going to need your SMP form from your employer. You also need proof of income, any pay slips that you may need. But you do also need to work out some dates. These are called test periods, and there is a table supplied to you on the website. A test period is 66 weeks before your baby is due. And how much maternity allowance you qualify for during that test period. The form you need to fill in is called an MA1 form. You can find this on the UK government website. Again, I've linked it in the description below if you need it. So throughout your maternity leave, you are entitled to work 10 full days, and these are called keep in touch days. Now these days you can use wherever throughout your 52 weeks off. You will usually get paid a full day's work when you're doing a kit day. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to work a full day to be paid a full day. You can maybe turn up for some meetings, maybe have a chat with HR, maybe have a one-to-one with one of your managers. This doesn't mean you have to work the full day in order to receive this full day pay, but whichever day you do work, let's say 1 hour, you turn up for a meeting, then that is classed as one whole kit day. So use them wisely. Probably the reason why you're all on this video, right? How much do I earn while on maternity leave? To be honest, I've already answered this within this video. I did already tell you that I personally qualified maternity allowance, not statutory maternity pay. So if you did the calculation, if you did the math, then you will know that I receive £156.56 per week fortnightly, because I chose to be paid fortnightly. So instead of being paid every week, I get paid every 2 weeks, and every payment I receive is a total of £313.32 every 2 weeks. So roughly within 1 month, I will receive £626.64 a month. By the end of April, I should have received £6,109.74. It's not a lot, I know. So that will be my 9-month earnings for maternity leave. Before you take maternity leave, or as soon as you find out you're pregnant, I highly recommend you start saving as much as possible. I sat down and worked out all my outgoings within 1 month, and then worked out how much I was being paid in 1 month, and then saved the difference to make sure that all my bills and everything else was accounted for while on maternity leave. And that's it. I hope you found this video helpful and useful. I know this was something I was looking for when I was about to take maternity leave. I couldn't really find anything out online. I had to do my own research, reading the UK government website. It's an awesome website. It's pretty easy to find information, but I've linked everything in the description below. So hopefully this video helps you if you're deciding to take maternity leave anytime soon. And if you have any questions, then please let me know in the comments below. I don't work for the UK government, and I know things can change relatively quickly. So as for now, this is all I know, and this is what I did. And while we're here, I also offer one-on-one mentoring sessions over on my Super Peer. So if that's something you're interested in, there's a link in the description below. And I also have a newsletter called Handover. And every month I put something together for UX related content and send out a newsletter. So if that's something you're interested in, again, there's a link in the description below. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.